What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian and welcome to Zero Productions. Captain Marvel 2 going to be setting up the next big blockbuster Avengers film. Now, we all remember when Kevin Feige stated that Captain Marvel was going to be the face of the MCU and be the next Iron Man. A lot of fans had issues with that, including myself. I didn't like Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel. I just didn't. I didn't care for the character. Thought she was very bland. And in Endgame, she was pretty sick. I will have to give her that. You know, the whole battle at the end when she destroyed Thanos' ship, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, I fuck with you a little bit more. You know what I mean? But I just think in my overall thoughts and opinions from that first Captain Marvel movie, it didn't capture me in like I wanted it to. The first Iron Man film captured me in. That shit hooked me. And I was sold on Downey as Iron Man from the start. Chris Evans is Captain America in the first Avengers. Thor. Captain Marvel just really didn't do that for me. But I'm not saying that Captain Marvel doesn't have the potential to lead the next Avengers and, you know, the next big Secret Wars, you know what I mean, type Avengers film that's going to be hitting theaters in Phase 5. So I'm curious to see what the take is going to be and how it's going to set up in her second film. Nobody really knows what the storyline is going to be in Captain Marvel 2. Nobody knows whatsoever. So I find it pretty interesting. And even one of my recent videos, I was like, not recent, but about a year and a half ago or a year ago, it was like Captain Marvel not being the face of the MCU and failing and not being on board with what Marvel Studios really wanted. I was like, well, you can definitely go the whole Rogue route and have Rogue snatch up all her powers and then get rid of Carol Danvers in the MCU. That's still a possibility. Still a possibility. It really is. But I'm curious, man. I'm going to read you guys some of this article from the MCU Cosmic explaining more on how Captain Marvel 2 will potentially lead up into the next big Avengers film. Rumor, Captain Marvel 2 will set up new Avengers. A couple of weeks ago, Marvel Studios officially dated Captain Marvel 2 for July 2022, long believed by some of the internet to be Secret Invasion movie. That storyline is apparently being used for a Disney Plus series. That's going to be interesting. The original movie made $1 billion at the box office, and Kevin Feige said that Captain Marvel would be leading the MCU going forward. Her sequel is going to be a pivotal entry in the upcoming storyline. And I will have to say this, I am very happy that they're going with a different director for Captain Marvel 2, because I feel like the directors for Captain Marvel 1 just really didn't get it right, man. The action, the whole, I get it takes place in the 80s. They're trying to go for the whole Lethal Weapon kind of look, and it fell flat. It was very boring at times. Now Marvel is working on some kind of Young Avengers project, and it's likely much further along than whatever the next big Avengers is. A lot of people that think the Young Avengers is for a movie, and while those characters will definitely cross over into films like a Disney Plus characters will, it's likely the Young Avengers you're seeing talked about right now is something for the streaming service. Young Avengers, man. I don't know how I feel about the whole Young Avengers. Like, I don't. We're in the rebuilding phase of the MCU right now. So bringing in this whole Young Avengers, I get it, you know, probably Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop from Hawkeye and Wiccan and Speed, things like that, you know, Wanda's children. You're gonna have to sell us, man. Sell us on some great superheroes. Don't bullshit me. You know what I mean? Because the MCU gave us a great 10 years, a great 10-year run. And I know that it's time to replace some of these old heroes, but don't just be throwing in some random ass, whack ass superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be pivotal moving forward, at least for me. You know what I mean? I'd hate for the day to come and be like, well, I don't really fuck with the MCU anymore like that, because I don't really like the direction they're going. That would be a day. Damn, that would be crazy. Can you imagine somebody like me who loves the MCU doesn't fuck with the MCU anymore because, you know, the whole direction that they're going? But Disney isn't going to discard. Let me read that again. But Disney isn't going to discard one of the biggest box office franchises of all time and their plans for a new Avengers film in the next several years. And the rumor right now is that Captain Marvel 2 is meant to set up the stage for whatever story that the new Avengers movie will tell. Much like how Captain America Civil War in 2017 set up the Avengers status quo in Avengers Infinity War 2 years later. There's also a possibility that whoever ends up directing Captain Marvel sequel may get a chance at doing the new Avengers as well, similar to how the Russos went from Civil War into the last two Avengers films. On the other hand, there's another name being floated around for the new Avengers director that would be a huge favorite due to the Spider-Man being in the new Avengers. But all that is way too far out to know for sure. See, that's interesting. So much like the comics, it looks like we may be getting multiple superhero teams in the MCU. On the Disney Plus side, they're setting up characters such as Kate Bishop, Wiccan, Speed, and Patriot for the Young Avengers team. And the big screen will see the new Avengers led by Captain Marvel. And that's not even including the Thunderbolts and the other teams such as Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four. Those thinking the MCU is slowing down or will be smaller after Avengers Endgame will probably be quite surprised what the next couple phases will bring. Interesting. There's potential there. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you take into the accountability of who's left. You know what I mean? There's still a great handful of Avengers. Still got the Fantastic Four. Still got the X-Men and things of that nature. Now, I doubt that the X-Men will be joining like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll just be their own separate team. You know what I mean? And whenever the Avengers need help, they hit up the X-Men, and the X-Men have, they come through, things like that. Or even be down to see, an Avengers film versus the X-Men. Like, that would be sick as fuck. Like, I really would love to see something like that. Especially with the X-Men, because the X-Men is so grounded, so real. You know what I mean? Being just the reality of what the X-Men represent and being discriminated against because of their mutant abilities and things like that. They can play into a real sensible script for the future of those films, and I'm really hoping they capitalize off of that and show the bigotry and show the racism and show the true nature of how the X-Men are treated. That's something I always felt like the films kind of touched on, but didn't really necessarily go full blown with it. That's something that's pivotal to the X-Men story. And rumors going around that Joss Whedon might be interested in doing an X-Men film. And I was like, okay, I like Joss Whedon. I do. I thought he did a great job with Avengers, and I enjoyed Age of Ultron. Some people didn't, and I get it. I didn't enjoy what he did with Justice League. I thought that was pretty bad, and some of his writing can be kind of stupid sometimes. But one thing he did do is he wrote the X-Men Great and the Astonishing X-Men series. That was a fantastic X-Men series. So maybe you can have somebody like him write your screenplay. Apparently, this is something I didn't even know, that Joss Whedon, rewrote some of the script for, what was it? Not the first Avengers film. My God, I fucking forgot. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy. I forgot what film it was, but Kevin Feige had talked to him, and he'd rewritten some of the script for a certain Marvel film a couple of years back. But I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't think of it. It wasn't the first Avengers film. Iron Man, Thor, Captain. I have no idea. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, you guys. But if that's true, if Joss Whedon does get a second chance at Marvel Studios, I'm down to see him, do some work with the X-Men. I feel like he can do the X-Men pretty good. But man, Captain Marvel 2, you guys, it's gonna be interesting to see if they really go the whole Secret Invasions route with the Skrulls. I'm hoping that Captain Marvel 2 is a huge increase in everything, from action to acting to story, plot, everything. Like how the first Avenger was to Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was just a huge step up. That's what I'm hoping for Captain Marvel 2. Because like I said before, I wasn't a fan of Captain Marvel. I still think that's my lowest rated MCU film. Yes, I do rank it lower than Thor The Dark World, because Thor The Dark World kind of changed for me after Avengers Endgame. There was more of a deeper meaning to it, now that you've seen Endgame and how it tied into the whole bigger picture. That's why I slightly put it, over Captain Marvel. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens with Captain Marvel 2. And where Brie Larson wants to take the character. You know what I mean? Hopefully they give her a little bit of creative control. Not a lot of creative control, because sometimes these actors don't really know what the fuck they're doing. But I have faith in Marvel, and I feel like they will deliver a stellar sequel for Captain Marvel. I really do. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Captain Marvel 2 setting up the new Avengers. And who would you like to see a part of this new Avengers team? Post your comments down below, you guys. And thank you for taking time today for watching Zero Productions. Peace.